Last week, we touched on staging and design, and 16,000 of you wanted the actual math behind those upgrades. Today, we're opening the books. First, we're going to cover the 3 high ROI spring upgrades from my latest farming flyer, then 2026 style to value logic table, and later I'll give you a neighborhood by neighborhood breakdown. From why a first-floor suite in Orchard Hills is the grandbaby effect goldmine, to the specific kitchen upgrades that are currently winning in Woodbridge. This is about emotional velocity. In a balanced market, a home that looks turnkey from the curb sells 35% faster. Professional soft washing of the exterior, fresh black mulch in planters, and a high contrast front door color. Don't just plant flowers, plant symmetry. Symmetry signals stability to a buyer's brain. Proper lighting increases the perceived square footage of a home. It's the cheapest way to make a 2,000 square foot home feel like 2,500 square foot. Replacing outdated 2,700K yellow bulbs with 3,000K to 3,500K warm white LEDs and updating statement pendants in the kitchen. High-lumen, warm-toned lighting is the filter that makes your home look like professional listing photo in real life. Swapping mismatched or dated door handles and cabinet pulls for cohesive matte black or champagne browns. These are tactile upgrades. When a buyer touches a heavy, modern handle, their brain registers high quality across the entire property. Consistency is a value multiplier. Mismatched hardware creates mental friction for buyers. Remove it. Now, while those 3 upgrades from my flyer are your quick wins, we have to look at the 2026 design versus value gap. In my recent short, I staged 1 living room in 3 viral styles: Dopamine, Nature-Inscribed, and Warm Heritage. It sparked a huge debate. Which one actually sells? As an analyst, I look past the likes. In 2026, the ROI of a design is measured by its universal appeal and longevity. Let's look at the data behind the styles. First, Dopamine Decor. It's high energy, colorful, and personal. It's a 2026 favorite on Rednote and TikTok because it feels happy. While it's great for living, it can be a liability for selling. In a high-stakes market like Irvine, buyers are looking for a sanctuary. High contrast, vibrant colors can create visual noise that makes a space feel smaller and more chaotic. If you love this style, keep it to your movable decor, not your permanent fixtures. Next is Nature-Inscribed. This is the 2026 evolution of biophilic design. Think organic textures, raw stone, and earth-toned linens. This is where trend meets value. Since 2024, wellness has become a top-tier demand for Irvine buyers. This style signals a healthy home. By using the lighting and hardware tips from my flyer within a Nature-Inscribed theme, You create a home that feels like a 5-star retreat. It's a high ROI play because it targets the buyer's emotional need for peace. Finally, the style I recommend for maximum ROI, modern heritage. This is the safe haven of 2026 design. It moves away from the cold, sterile, all-white look of the last decade and embraces rich wood tones, layered neutrals, and collected furniture. Why does this win? Because it's future-proof. It appeals to the grandbaby effect families who want a home that feels established, and to young professionals who want old money sophistication. It perfectly matches the economic fortress vibe of Irvine, stable, timeless, and expensive. At the 10-minute mark, I'm going to show you the one upgrade that actually has a 150% return in Northwood right now. It's not what you think. It's not the most expensive one. To make this even simpler, I've put together this 2026 style to value logic table. As an analyst, I'm looking at 3 metrics: the market vibe, liquidity, and the actual ROI potential. First, let's look at the dopamine decade. While the ROI can be moderate if you find that one perfect buyer, the liquidity is the lowest on our chart. Why? Because you've narrowed your funnel to a niche audience. In a high interest rate environment, you want the widest funnel possible to drive a bidding war. Moving to Nature-Inscribed. This is our speed winner. In 2026, health is the new wealth. This style appeals to the high-earning tech professionals moving into Irvine's newer builds. It has high ROI because it feels expensive and modern without being cold. If you want a fast, clean exit, this is your play. But the economic fortress winner remains modern heritage. This style has the maximum ROI and the fastest liquidity. Why? Because it bridges the generational gap. It feels like old money, but with the 2026 tech backbone, it captures the downsizing grandbaby effect families who have the most cash and the young families who want a home that feels like a permanent legacy. Trends get you views, but modern heritage gets you the appraisal gap. When you are standing at the plate in this market, that is the home run swing. This is your anchor for the grandbaby effect. Grandparents moving here to be near family want a high-end, accessible guest wing. If a home doesn't have a downstairs bedroom and bathroom, creating one is the #1 value add. It specifically targets the wealthiest buyer demographic in Irvine. Since many Great Park homes are newer, a full kitchen remodel isn't needed. Instead, buyers want the resort lifestyle. Adding built-in heaters, a high-end barbecue island, or retractable glass doors is the competitive edge here. It creates the functional square footage of the home. Turtle Rock buyers value quiet and premium living. Adding silent, multi-zone HVAC systems or human-centric lighting systems appeals to the high net worth professionals looking in this hills area. It justifies the premium price point. In Northwood, while many of the original 1970s and 80s homes have high-quality bones but dated aesthetics, the single specific upgrade currently yielding a 150% return isn't a full gut renovation. is the kitchen cabinet refacing and integrated lighting combo. Here's why the math works. You're keeping the high-quality original frames, but replacing the doors with slim rail shaker or flat panel fronts. When you pair that with integrated under-cabinet LEDs, you're effectively providing a new construction look at 30% of the cost. In Northwood, this takes a dated listing and pushes it into the turnkey luxury category, often resulting in a $50,000 to $75,000 price jump for a $20,000 investment. Woodbridge is the heart of family life but has older footprints. A garden remodel can be too expensive, but high-end refacing and modern pantry solutions provide the modern feel buyers want without the $100,000 price tag. Great for quick resale at a high margin. With newer faces like the metals commanding premiums, buyers are looking for sustainability. Converting a garage or large flex space into a junior ADU or ensuring a dual-charge EV setup is a massive draw for the younger tech families moving in. It hits the 2026 buyer's green checklist. We've looked at the med tech engines, the design shifts, and the ROI spreadsheets. The conclusion is clear. Irvine isn't just a housing market. It's a specialized asset class. For those of you who live in my farming area and received the physical flyer, remember that those 3 upgrades are just the start. If you want the full PDF of expanded version of the ROI sheet, subscribe and leave a comment below. I know a 12-minute deep dive is a lot of data, but your home is likely your largest investment. If you want a custom ROI analysis for your specific floor plan, my contact info is below. I love the math, so let me do the heavy lifting for you. I'm Susan Zhang, and I'll see you in the next one.